Right, beat it out. You're not famous enough to be on the couch. Give it
For
a couple of years.
inches. Yeah, I got asked today if I wanted to don the boots.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Mrs. Ray catches me.
Well, just don't tell her. Sure. Hey, let's be honest, your wife's not watching the podcast.
Oh, where's Tim?
I have it on good authority. He's still in his full refs kit, standing at Matata Bar, holding the bar up, and he has been there since Saturday afternoon.
Oh yes, so he had a senior reserves game on Saturday.
Looked after them, he never came back. So.
Tūtawa mai I runga, tūtawa mai I raro, tūtawa mai I waho, tūtawa mai I roto, kia tau ai te mauri tū te mauri ora, ki te katoa, haumi e hui e, tai ki e. Tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai, haere mai, welcome whānau to the Bay Rugby Boil Up Podcast, episode 5, tonight's show, Thursday the 11th of June. Welcome, Gargs.
Yeah, great to be back, Pat. 5 weeks in now. This is our 5th show. Who would have thought we'd make it this far?
I know, and all those times that wine has rung Nate and he keeps declining.
It still doesn't answer. Look, the show is definitely getting some traction, which is really cool to see. I have no idea how or why people are putting our ugly mugs up on their social media all around the Bay, but I feel rather famous.
It's a little bit wider than that. Yeah. I can tell you now there are viewers in Australia.
Oh, goodness.
Hong Kong.
That makes us international.
I know. I almost should have said in our introduction, the universe instead of Bay of Plenty. So, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, awesome.
We got a great show coming up.
Yeah, we don't have Tim though. No Tim.
Yeah.
You'll see that we're flying solo without Tim yet, but...
where's Tim?
I have it on good authority. He's still in his full refs kit, standing at Matata Bar, holding the bar up, and he has been there since Saturday afternoon.
Oh yes, so he had a senior reserves game on Saturday.
Looked after them, he never came back. So to the team at Matata, thank you so much for looking after him. Thanks for the hospitality. We really appreciate it. But can we have him back next Thursday, please? We need him. But in the meantime, we do have a co-host.
I know.
Yeah, so introducing Ty. This is the new co-host, Mr. Mitchell, you can call him.
Mr. Mitchell, the
Ty Mitchell Shield.
Yeah,
so it's pretty exciting to have this actually for someone like me who's played a lot of Central Bay Plenty rugby. It's awesome to have something like the Ty Mitchell Shield in here.
Mate, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, really good. So this is the shield that is played through Central Bay Plenty, and the clubs absolutely love to get their hands on this. There's so much history, nearly 100 years of history going back in there. And just looking at all the little badges on that taonga, there's pretty much every single club here in Central Bay that have, even the ones that have gone now, that are represented on that taonga. So it's a very, very special piece to have there. So we're very lucky to have Ty Mitchell as our co-presenter today. So yeah, I really want to acknowledge Nongata and Roger Natai especially. Thanks, Rog. Gave him a ring the other day and said, can we please get your taonga down here? And he said, yeah, Gags, no problem at all. Where do you want me to drop it off? So thanks, Rog. Appreciate you very much for that, mate. That's awesome. So Nongata Rugby Club, it's an awesome club. It hurts me to say that they took this trophy off my mighty Marist boys on Saturday.
Oh,
You'll see more about that. You'll see more about that soon, but 1 point in it. And absolutely gutted there to see the video of my mate Jamie Clark handing the trophy over. And passing that on. But look, that one there has all the history that you could ask for in Central Bay. And I know Eastern Bay and Western Bay have their own sort of taonga like that. So if we could get those on the couch too, that'd be really cool to talk about as well. But appreciate that. Just one point to thing there is that trophy was actually a part of the Whakarewarewa fire. It was in the club rooms when the club rooms burnt down. But you can see, I don't know if it's the history in it,
a little bit of fire damage.
Yeah, a little bit of fire damage, but to a club that was completely gutted, and this walked away relatively unscathed. I think somebody up there was looking down on it, knowing how important this was, and kept an eye on it for us to continue on in the Bay. So yeah, two very special taonga actually. One here, the Ty Mitchell one, and this one you see in between us here. That's the Steve Smith Memorial Trophy. Doesn't have the same length of history, but no less meaning in the Steve Smith and the Smithy Trophy. So we've got Steve Smith used to play for Marist and Nongata, and he passed away, and his whānau have donated that trophy. So every time that Nongi and Marist meet, they play for the Steve Smith Trophy, and so Marist has got their names on it twice now, and Nongi got it on Saturday, so they will carve their names in that history. And appreciate the Smith whānau for passing this on and letting us hold this one for the evening. I promise you I'll get it back to you safe and sound tonight.
Straight after the show.
Yeah.
Well, look, speaking of the show, these shows don't just happen. We need to take this opportunity to thank our principal sponsor, DDL Goodrick's Contracting, who is proud to support the Bay Rugby Boiler, local Gecko Productions, and the communities that make Bay of Plenty Rugby special. Based in Rotorua, they combine more than 35 years of industry experience with a skilled team of over 50 local staff to deliver complex infrastructure projects with certainty.
Yep, from civil construction, drainage and drilling, through to subdivisions, concrete, asphalt and three waters infrastructure, they provide practical, reliable solutions right from the first cut through to the final completion. With extensive knowledge of the region's unique ground conditions, including all the geothermal terrain and the pumice soil, DDL Goodrick is trusted to deliver quality outcomes that stand the test of time.
They're committed to building strong infrastructure, supporting local communities and backing the grassroots rugby that brings people together, as well as your place for all things Bay of Plenty Rugby, the Bay Rugby Boil Up Podcast.
Yeah, you would probably say that without the support of DDL Goodrick Contracting, we'd be in a bit of a hole.
Oh, I'm going to laugh at that. I preferred the other one that you tried on me before.
No, you mean the one that their support has been groundbreaking.
There you go, groundbreaking.
This is what I'm working with, Whānau. Every Saturday we make the calls and I do all my jokes and I don't get a laugh from him once. So.
Yeah, it's probably the Alzheimer's. Hey, listen, how about you tell our viewers what's on tonight's cards for tonight's show?
Well, aside from some brilliant jokes, we're going to have all of last week's fixtures. We're going to have a whole lot of highlights from 3 different games that happened over the course of the weekend, and we'll talk about all of them. Through all of the different subdivisions and all the different competitions that are taking place. We've got 10 in the bin. I'm looking forward to finding out what tonight's question is because I've got no idea.
Yep, it's always a surprise.
Yep, Club Legend of the Week coming from Ido Waikite this week, so looking forward to announcing that lovely lady. Upcoming fixtures, we'll talk about all of the things that are going on this weekend coming. Of course, we'll have the moment of the week, things that have happened that we're pretty excited about. And we're going to finish with a big montage of Spotlight tonight. So can't wait for that.
Fantastic. We've got a whole heap of footage coming over the weekend.
Yeah, it's awesome.
From people out there in Clubland sending us their clips.
Yeah.
So Spotlight is 1 hour and 55 minutes long at the end of this. So buckle up.
Yeah, well, it's more than just the Nongataha under 8s this time.
Yes,
so,
it's great that we're not talking about
about
Nongataha under 8s or Papamoa year 7s.
Yeah, Tim's year 7 kids.
Righto, let's get right into it. First up, we're going to review last week's games. All right, Baywide Premier Men's Rugby. We called this game 26-18, the Marlins over Te Puke.
Yeah, really good game. I thought the Marlins were just really well organised, well drilled, but all credit to Te Puke for putting up a hang of a fight.
Greater Maris too strong over Opotiki 38-16. Opotiki played really well, I hear from a couple of sources.
Oh,
they were unlucky again.
Talk about it later on, but they've got a big weekend this weekend coming.
And Tauranga Sports too strong for Tupuna out at Maramatanga Park, 27 points to 18.
7-6 at halftime though.
Yes.
That was a competitive game, so well done to the Tupuna boys for putting the spirit on, but then Tauranga just pulling away towards the end, eh?
Let's have a look at the game that we called and track some of the highlights from the match.
Yeah, that's Big Jai Knight. he just carried like that all day long, as he called on the day, horizontal, and he just sets the ball up beautifully as we see it come out to the blind side, and that's the number 8 that just slips straight through. Just made it look too easy. He's a very talented player, hard to stop.
I know talk in the office was around the way Jai Knight has been carrying. If you wanted to know what running the bullseye line is, just clip Jai Knight and you can see here him having another little pick and go.
Yep.
And then they give it to the big fella who says, "This is mine," and he bundles over there. And referee Jamie Bell in good position. Jamie Bell had a good game on the weekend as well. So
yeah, really good game. He controlled that one really well. But that's just hard to stop a driving maul like that. You're never going to be able to pull that one down.
Very good run here from young Aaron Gibbs, who took the ball to the line, and he gets the ball to his reserve open side flanker, who was just short of that. That was a good run there.
But real quick recycling of the ball, great hands.
And then Hunter Cowan the fullback dotting down
over in the corner
there.
Yeah.
A little bit of a birthday present, a little bit of a gift to my mate Mitchell Dance. Always love a number 8 that can bring the mongrel.
Yeah. And this is just where Te Puke just rolled up their sleeves and just thought, no, we're not going to finish the game with a score like that, and managed to put one over right in the last minute of the last play of the game.
Matty Wallace.
Yeah, so that's the thing there. Matty Wallace is out there playing his 249th game. So of course this weekend coming, he's going to be coming out for Te Puke, playing his 250th game. So that's unheard of. There's 2 other players in the Te Puke history that have played 250 games. But he's done it in style, you know. So I jotted a few things down. He started in 2003, was when he first started playing for Te Puke, and he's played New Zealand under 20s. He's played 46 games for NPC. That's through Bay and Northland. He's coached the team at some point. He's actually built some of the changing sheds at the pirate ship as well.
Of course
now,
he has.
If that's not a club legend, I don't know what is. An absolute superstar to bleed those colours for 250 games.
And I think I might have made the comment that the Marlin scrum had Te Puke under pressure.
Yeah,
most of that first and second half.
They did
Matty Wallace come on.
Yeah, absolutely right. He just does his job. You know, he goes about his business without too much fuss. But he just gets on the field and he does what he needs to do, which is really, really good to see. What a good club man.
So here's his scores here. Ngakuru, McCoy and Baker tries, Parkinson 3 conversions, Wallace and Cowan for the Pirates, Aaron Gibbs 1 conversion, 2 penalties for their 26 points to 18. Let's flick through to Bowide Development. The table first.
Table here, yep. So if you have a look here, we've got the Mount. Oh, sorry, Tauranga is in that first spot. But if you look at the Mount, they're nipping at the heels. So the bonus points for the Mount have made a huge difference for them. And so potentially the Mount even could go into that top spot throughout the remainder of the second round.
Yeah, with Greerton and Te Puke Sports taking out the top 4, and then Te Puna, Portiki and Whakarewarewa rounding out the top 7.
Yeah, just going back to Greerton there, Dan Vandenberg from Greerton Maris there. He's finally played his 100th cap last week, and he managed to get that one out. He was stuck on 97 games since 2021. And that shows how many injuries, concussions and all that sort of stuff, that he's finally got those last 3 games in the final 5 years. But unfortunately, he's probably going to struggle to get to 101 because he's got rib injuries now.
Oh, no.
But top effort, mate. Yeah, really,
great
really impressed. 100 games.
Dan Van Berg, congratulations on your 100. I think your coach might also be stuck on 97, B-Mac.
Yeah.
So
we were in a chat about that earlier on, eh? I don't see why he doesn't lace up the boots for 5 minutes of the last three games.
Chuck yourself at number 22, B-Mac, and come on for 5 minutes at the end, and then from fullback, yell out, pick and go.
Go, boys.
Yeah,
go.
just keep it going, and then get your 3 more caps and get your 100. All right, let's have a look at the development scores. We called this game here, Marlins 26-21 over Te Puke. Greerton too strong, 50-15 over Portiki. And then the surprise of the weekend, Te Puna 23, Tauranga Sports Development 17.
Not one person in the Bay picked that one other than the Te Puna boys. They thought, nope, I'm going to give this one a good hard crack. So that's the first loss, in fact, the first loss with a bonus point that Tauranga's had. So, finally someone able to knock them off their perch, which is incredible.
I got some info from Tauranga Sports on the weekend. Probably what the team needed.
Yeah.
A bit of a shake-up.
Yeah.
It'll certainly solidify how they're going to come out of the back end of this.
Yeah, good.
Might have been a little bit too light. They butchered a couple, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
See, the interesting thing you say there is, I remember last year, Rotorua boys had a fantastic season. We know they went through national champs. They lost the Super 8 game to Palmy boys. And they all talked about that as the turning point. So potentially this could be the turning point for Tauranga. That just realised that they're not unbeatable, and obviously Tauranga Development, elite level team, but not unbeatable. So that's when you got to get down to trainings, and we don't take any game lightly.
And I think former Steamers player Te Aihe Toma might have laced up the boots on the Saturday and controlled the Te Puna development team.
Yeah, well, that's awesome to see our stars coming back in and running around club level.
Yep. Let's have a look at the table. No, we've got some highlights first. Yep. Come on, Mr. A, wake up. We called this game. This Marlins development team is just starting to tick along quite nicely with their 10-15 combination.
Watch the red headgear here, number 7, James McKay, he's captain. Watch him there, he just sees it as an empty blind side, snaps and just goes all the way himself. So yeah, good support, number 7. What's this one? This is the
Puke's try here where they hit the left edge. That's right. That Fijian
Buller
runs the under line.
Our Fijian brothers working really well together.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a great try from our Fijian boys.
I also want to say hats off to young Jaden Moore, referee here. I thought he went pretty well as well. He's come a long way since he first started refereeing with us as a 13-year-old back in the day.
The speed of this guy here.
Justin Falcon.
He got a couple last week, and he was just electric here.
Yep. When do we get to see... Oh, here he is.
Oh, yes.
International Test referee, Brendan Pickerel. Former International Test referee, Brendan Pickerel. Up!
Bang! Now, he has got wheels. He could go. Now, speaking of wheels, watch this handoff here. Get off me. Say no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back to Brendan Pickerel. He's got wheels. He should have just pinned his ears back and just gone.
Back yourself, Brendan. Just have a crack.
Yeah, no, that was a really, really good game to call. Nice and close, which was good. Probably, I'd hazard a guess to say that was the best development game I've seen this season. Skill level, ball handling was better than any game that I've seen in that development level so far.
Certainly back that up. Scorers, Te Whioro, Mackay, Falcon and Arnold, with Reinstad and Forbes kicking 1 and 2 apiece. And the 3 tries there with Weber and Miller, 3 conversions between them.
This table's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, Tauranga have cemented that top spot despite going down. But look at 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th.
All still in the hunt.
They're all still in the hunt. You know, the Pirates could easily come up and take 2nd spot there. Te Puna easily, and obviously Greerton is right in that mix as well. So Mount will be plugging away the last few games of this round and hoping for plenty more wins to keep that spot and get a home semi.
What have we got? 4 or 5 rounds left to go?
Really, is that it?
Yeah.
Then what are we going to do with our Saturdays and Sundays? Sevens? Steamers stuff?
Yeah, steamers stuff. Yep.
I don't know if we're good enough for that, mate.
Well, hey, if the viewership can increase, we might keep it. So it's up to you whether or not we keep going right through. I'd love to talk about. Oh, we got heaps of rep footy.
Yeah, well, that's
16s, 18s.
Yeah, Time Mitchell's coming up too. Yep, we got Time Mitchell, so we'll do that.
Yep, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
anyway,
cool. All right.
Let's keep rolling along. Where are we heading now? Baywide Premier Women.
Yep.
We called this game 82-15. My God, there's some talent in that Marlins backline. Actually, she played number 8. Oh, should be wearing the number 13.
There's some talent all through that, but the score doesn't actually reflect how good Pura was, I think. Like 82-15, Mount scored some really, really good long range tries, but every single time Pura got inside the Mount 22,
they scored a try.
They put pressure on and they scored. You know, any penalties, they weren't interested in kicking out and going for the line out. They would tap and go straight up the guts, and I just love the mana from Pura. But yeah, as you say, Mount have just got talent to burn through from 1 to 15.
Yep. So let's have a look at some of the highlights from that game, shall we?
Yeah, this is what I mean, just by the tap and go. Really strong and brave woman there, just straight up the guts.
How's that little wee pass around the back door?
From a 27.
Yeah.
So took it to the line and drew the play and got it around the back.
Here's a little unders line from our superstar Kairi Puku.
Yeah.
And then she just turned on the afterburners and off she goes.
Yeah, very, very hard to stop someone that quick. That was her first of 2, I think, of the day, that one there. But just hard to stop.
But we've seen her do that in 3 games so far this year.
Easy. The little halfback was really, really talented throughout the course of the game.
Yep. You see here, there's a little cutout pass, and then just a draw and pass, and then there's petrol to burn on the edge.
Kika Mulling, she has wheels. She got 3 from this particular game. Just out and out speed. It's good to see.
Yep. There's just controlling the tempo again. And the little hooker coach into gas inside.
and that was the halfback there. She was Johnny on the spot the whole game.
Yep.
But not only that, her pass was crisp, and she was just always there and thereabouts.
She spotted the social media girl.
Yes,
and waved before she put the ball down.
Another quality try there by Poto. Just straight up the guts. This one didn't need to be a try, but it ended up being a try. So Kika Mullings just hacked that one down the middle of the field, and then just turned on the jets.
Yeah.
And away she went. Really good to be able to dribble that, get the bounce, and took it around. So yeah, she was electric, and she got another one on the edge. I'm not too sure if we'll see it, but she brought it right around underneath the posts to score. Yeah, talented lady.
You can put it down now. Thank you. So yeah, Reed Stowers, Tamadeve AC, Puku got 2, Mulling got 3, Curtis, Tamoilau, Vincent, and Woolrond 11 from 12.
No Sophie Fisher in that game. You right?
I know why she's not playing.
Oh yes.
I'm not going to tell a story because she's
really?
my hero and I don't want to embarrass her.
Okay, please don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hillman, Heta, and Wright try scorers for Poro, but none of theirs were converted.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about Waldron there as well. What a day off the tee.
Yeah. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's the table. She's neck and neck. And Mount Maunganui only leapt over the top due to the superior
points differential.
Point diff.
And that's no taking anything off Mount Maunganui. They deserve it. They are just firing at the moment. But I'm a little bit sad for Norta.
Yep, ditto.
Because they've had some defaults there, and teams just aren't able to play them, travel and all that stuff, which is not their fault yet. They don't get their points differential. So potentially Norta may be travelling away for maybe the final. Or something like that, purely because other teams have defaulted on them. So.
And the other thing to it, the draw was a little bit funny, but they had a bye, King's birthday, default. Yeah. That's a long time without any footy.
That's a hang of a long time to be playing any footy.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, they'll go well. They'll have a big game this weekend and look to be posting a whole lot of points.
Yep.
Won't take the foot off the throttle until the 80-minute mark, so that they can get as many points as they can, and hopefully crawl themselves back into that top spot.
And I'm sure Jodie's been keeping the ladies busy with bonding and all sorts of fun and games, so keep them motivated and engaged while they get some footy under their belts.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Baywide Championship. Tapuna Greerton, 71-12. Tapuna Too Good, 37-31. That was the match of the round of Portaki at Arataki. And TVC won by default over Te Puke, which is why all the Te Puke ladies were sitting in the sun on Sunday watching the Marlins.
Yeah, it was neat to see all of the Te Puke women there watching the Marlins and Poro game. Yep. Yeah, really cool.
But that Portaki Arataki game, that was an absolute rip snorter game apparently. Yeah. Really, really close.
See, that top game there, Te Puna put on the pressure and absolutely pumped Greerton Maris women, but Greerton Maris got the last laugh, because they won the karaoke competition at Greerton on Saturday night.
Have you seen some of the clips?
It's best not to show them. I hope we don't have any clips of that.
Oh my God!
There. But yes, so
they were outstanding in their karaoke. I'm so glad I went straight home.
Yeah, maybe the women were eyeing up their karaoke and forgot that they got a game of footy beforehand. But yeah, well done to the women for winning the final straw.
The final straw. All right, let's head over to Baywide Colt. Oh, table first. Come on, Mr. A. God.
You're racing through it.
Hopeless. TVC still out in front. Portaki, Tapuna, Arataki in the top 4, with Te Puke and Greerton rounding out the 6.
Yep, good comp.
Colts, Tauranga 58-0 over Greerton, and the Marlins 80-5 over Taupō. She's a 2-horse race. That
Mountain and Tauranga are a couple of lengths in front there. If I was a horse race commentator, but I mean that's what's happening over there in the Western Bay. It's sharp footy, Tauranga and Mount Marlins have got really, really good programs happening throughout. I'm talking Prems, development, women's, Colts. JAB. It's a 2 really fizzing clubs. Now you can go to the table.
All right, and there we go. She's a 2-horse race. Tauranga Mount Maunganui out on top, Te Puke, Greerton and Taupō rounding out the 5. I think they do have a semi-final and final, so they'll get a warm-up match before they meet each other.
Yeah.
Eastern Bay Premiers, Pāroa 60 over Maris 12, TVC 36 over Poro 19, and Te Teko won by default. over Tāne Atua.
Yeah, the Pāroa, the Wheke there, to get a big win over Maris, I thought that was huge.
I was expecting a
far closer game there. Yeah. So the Pāroa open side has only had a year or so of footy, but he's got a MMA background. So not someone that you'd mess with.
Yeah, don't want to get on the wrong side of a dark alley.
How handy to have somebody like that at the bottom of a ruck.
Yeah. Let's have a look at their table. Te Teko out on top. Pāroa coming in second. Whakatane Ruatoki round out the top 4, but TVC on the same points with 70. So that's a 5-horse race squeezing towards the back end of this competition.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone's going to miss out. So the pressure is on, especially the Ruatoki and TVC teams. That somebody needs to step up and get an extra win or two just to creep closer to that 4th spot.
Yep. Eastern Bay Senior Reserves. Edgecombe 30 over Pāroa 17. Waimana 62 over Poro 0.
Waimana strong. There was a text I got from somebody over the weekend. That was just an awesome result for Waimana. Nice. And I know they'll be putting on a big party after that one.
And Matata 20, 1-point win over Te Teko. So that's
where Tim is.
That's where Tim is. Still bobbing up the bar.
Yeah, still
in
there.
His referee kit.
Still wearing his boots, I'm told. So inside the club.
All right, let's swing around there. Have a look at their table. Edgecombe on top, Pāroa, Te Teko, Waimana rounding out the top 4. Remembering, of course, that these teams will split off. Nice how Tim explained that.
Yeah, Tim explained that. I'll leave it to him because I have no idea. But they do. The teams that have got development and whatnot, they will play differently to the others.
So I think it's 3 and 3. So
yeah.
All right, let's head over to Rotorua.
Yes.
Obviously, we've got the top game 2019, Nongataha over St Michael's. We'll talk about that in a minute. Rotoiti 24-21 over Reparoa. I don't think anybody picked that for a
no way,
score.
Yeah, really close.
And look at Murupara over Kahukura 25-24. And then Waikite too strong for Eastern Pirates 60-0. Let's talk about Rotoiti first. Reparoa must have been fizzing.
I never would have picked a score like that out there. So just, I talked about Rotiti last week or the week before. So they've gone back to one training. They've got a lot of players that are carrying injuries, that are tied up with work and family commitments. But they're all able to still field a team on a Saturday, which is awesome. They're looking after that club and ticking that along nicely. But yeah, well done to Reparoa for travelling to Rotiti and putting up a performance like that.
Such a good performance. The
really
Dairy
good.
Farmers must have been humming along. And anyway,
2 1-point wins there. So Murupara, fantastic to see them going so well over the Kahu Tricolours. I've got next week we might have somebody that we can cross to and go live to across. Somebody out on the field. Yeah.
Well, nice.
So we'll have a chat with the Murupara boys. It's difficult for us to see them travelling out that way, but we're going to have somebody cross to that game.
So let's talk about the Nongataha Maris St Michael's game.
Now let's go to the next slide, please. Have we got a table?
No, haven't we got a trophy on this?
All right, actually, where is the trophy? Oh, there it is, up there.
Up there.
Yeah, up the top there is the trophy. I should have grabbed that down earlier on. But yes, you are right. We did have a bet on this one. I'll never ever bet against my mighty Maris boys. But yes, you are right, Pat. You took that one again. So you're now 2 up on our betting program. So yeah, well done. You can take that one.
Okay. Right, let's look at the Central Bay table. Nongataha, Rotoiti, Maris St Michael's 3rd. Waikite Murupara 4th equal, although you can't get 5 into 4 spots.
Exactly. But Kahu's not out of the mix as well with 16 there. If they come home really strong, Kahu's got a sniff of getting into that top 4 space as well. What really impresses me is Waikite to put 60 points on like they did, and be in the mix like that. I think is absolutely fantastic.
And my dairy farmer mates from Reparoa coming in at 7th with Eastern Pirates rounding out the table. Western Bay, some cracking games over the weekend. Arataki 40 over Papamoa 5. The Right Honourable Tom Rutherford refereed that.
Nice.
Katikati 50 over Rangi Judea, 50-19.
Yeah, Stags are just fizzing in this comp, aren't they?
Yeah. They really are. And they're the club back of house, as we've already mentioned, is ticking along really nicely. ED, too strong over Rangiuru.
That's their first win of the season.
I know.
ED, yes.
Yeah.
Well done, Eastern Districts. Yeah, fantastic game, you guys, to really pulled that one on.
I didn't. That's definitely one that I did not pick.
Yeah, good on them.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the table. Yeah, Kati 39 points way out in front. Angatoa chomping right up their tails though. And then it's a long way back to Rangiuru and Arataki. So I don't see any of the other three putting pressure in that top four.
Papamoa versus Eastern Districts this weekend though. They're playing there. They both want to get off the bottom of the table. They don't want that wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So that'll be a battle this weekend.
And their neighbours too. I've refereed that game a couple of times.
Awesome.
There's not a lot of love lost between those two clubs.
I bet. If you're anywhere in and around that area, whānau, get down and watch Papamoa versus Eastern Districts. It'll be an absolute belter.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that when we come to the preview section of the show just a little bit later on.
Oh, moment of the week.
Moment of the week.
Yeah. So this week's moment of the week isn't actually a moment of the week. It's 11 moments of the week. So as we talked about, the Mount Marlins played Purupuru on the weekend on Sunday, and they scored 12 tries. 11 of those tries were converted, and as you can see, some of them are from wide out.
Long way out.
So very, very impressive kicking there. Very, very impressive football all around actually there.
Yeah, well done, Jess. The moment of the week. And if there's a business out there that wants to get a mention around the moment of the week, and have your business named as the proud sponsor, look at her, she's just banging them over from everywhere.
Jess Waldron, that is. She's got a beautiful kicking style too, and she goes through her process, the same process every single time.
Man, I'll tell you what, she's pretty good at running the cutter too and directing backlines around the
That's what she was doing on Sunday, is she organises that backline, so well.
I like the way she carries the ball in two hands and then just can read the play, and then it's either a little short pass to someone running an unders line, or she can find a hole and hit a long pass.
But that's the thing, she's drawing a defender or two, and that's why you're seeing people like Puku and Mullings having so much space to do what they do and just absolutely ripping it up. She needs a lot of the credit for that.
The problem with the Marlins backline though, Taylor Kingy will be back next week. She's their first five.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be sitting on the bench.
What a handy backline to have the experience like that coming off the bench. Absolutely outstanding. So that there was the 11 moments of the week, but we also have a challenge of the week, something that caught our eye when we were watching the Mount versus Te Puke game.
Have a look at this.
Keep an eye on the halfback here.
Jimmy Pender. Watch this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He's just
bang.
There we go. 2, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds.
And that is just skill. He didn't even realise what he was doing. So Keith Colossi
comes in. 1, 2.
Whatever you
3.
can do, I can do better.
Oh, not as long.
Not as long. So that's our honourable mention of the week, but also it's our challenge of the week. If you can do that, number one, you're better than Pat and I. If you can do that, number two, we want to see it. No, don't even try.
I'll break the TV.
Don't break the set. If you think you can do that, send us a video on our socials or on an email of you spinning the ball. So one rotation, see how long you can keep that up.
It has to be in a game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, don't do it. Anyone can do it on the footy field.
Oh, jeepers, you've thrown a real spanner in the works there. In the game.
So it's in a game.
JAB? Can we do a JAB?
It can be any grade.
High school?
Any grade.
Any grade. All right, there it is. There's the challenge.
Yeah.
Does it have to be halfbacks? Can it be anyone?
Well, okay. Well, could a hooker do it at a line out?
There you go.
A hooker can do it in a line out.
Halfback at a scrum, hooker at a line out.
And whoever takes the restart kicks.
Oh,
if you're standing there waiting, spin the ball.
All right, so we're calling Tauranga versus the Te Puke game this Saturday.
Yep.
So please, Tauranga, Te Puke, get your practice in Tuesday, Thursday, and make sure that you're getting some skills there. We want to see it on the screen. And then if you're any level, JAB, high school, whatever, get it on video.
Get it on video and get it into us, and we'll whack it in.
Show it. Yeah, we'll have a competition. There'll be a prize.
There'll be a prize.
How about that? We have no idea what the prize will be, but there'll be a prize for you. The prize.
I'm working on a butcher to chuck some meat vouchers in the pot, so we can give them away.
Give some prizes out there that way.
So there'll be a prize coming. So so if you're throwing in the ball or putting the ball into the scrum,
feeding the scrum,
or taking a kickoff,
Yeah, taking a kick off or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You've got a little bit of time on your hands.
A little bit of time on your hands.
Yeah.
Let's
get a spin.
see the ball spin.
Done.
Okay. What do we do now?
I think we're going 10 in the bin.
I'm all flustered now.
No,
I'm lost.
Because we started talking about Sophie Fisher.
Oh, here we go. No, we're going to talk about... Yeah, we'll talk about an upcoming event coming at Mount Maunganui Rugby Club.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Awesome stuff there.
Yep.
Really, really good idea.
So it's called the Boobs and Bubbles Luncheon. It's on this Saturday at the Mount Maunganui Sports Rugby Club. It's their annual breast cancer fundraiser, which is now in its 3rd year. It brings together wahine in the community to celebrate, support, and honour loved ones who've been impacted by breast cancer. This year, the event is fundraising for Breast Cancer Support Service Tauranga. It has received significant support from local businesses for silent auctions and raffles. And there will also be an amazing lineup of guest speakers, as well as plenty of bubbles and lots of laughter. The Premier Men's team will run out this Saturday against Te Puna, wearing hot pink jerseys, which have been kindly donated by Sir Gordon Titchens from Legends Apparel, who's the club's long-time apparel partner. The jerseys will be auctioned off at Saturday's event, which will be another exciting opportunity to raise funds for this amazing and incredible cause. It's on at the club rooms at Blake Park on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Tickets are still available through the club's Facebook page.
What an absolutely brilliant initiative.
It's fantastic. I love talking about these things. So if you have an initiative like this, it could be anything at all. If you're raising money, if you're auctioning off jerseys, send us a little email, drop it, info@localgeckotv.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it.
Absolutely. We want to promote that sort of stuff. You know, if we can be giving back to the community. I know Tauranga Sports have got a family day this Saturday as well. So those sorts of things, you know, we want to highlight those things and share it with the wider community. So if you're doing something like that, especially for raising funds for breast cancer awareness, you know, we all have somebody that we can connect with there that has gone through something in regards to breast cancer or cancer. So please, if we can support that in any way here at Local Gecko TV and the Bay Rugby Boil Up podcast, please let us know. We will publicise that at the drop of a hat.
Absolutely, 100%. Okay, it's time for... Oh, look, there's more room. 10 in the bin. This is the segment where you people send us a question and we will do our damnedest to be professional. And
That's all we got.
and give you some intelligent answers. So
hold on. We can't be professional and intelligent at the same time.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. So
10 in the bin.
Drum roll. Let's see what today's question is. Is the current structure of the Baywide women's competitions growing the game in a positive way? Oh, this is a great question. This is a great question.
Well, look. So Sunday I called the first of my Bay Women's Premier commentating. So it was some of the best footy that I've ever seen, and I'm talking right through into that. These women from the Mount and Poro were just brilliant, and they just stuck at it right to the final whistle. This is an interesting question. Is the current structure of Bay Women's women competitions growing the game in a positive way? Now, televising the game, I think, is brilliant. Get it out there. Get these women out there on the TV, showing off the skills that they can do. Encouraging young girls to get involved in footy, I think that's a brilliant idea. So getting it out there, publicising it and whatnot is great as well. My concern is travel, which makes it really, really tough for some of these clubs, and making sure that we get the numbers so that we have competitive games. You know, Poro were competitive, not taking anything away from them, but by the end of the game it was 60-odd points to 15 or something like that, and it just means that's really, really tough on Poro. It's a long drive back to Poro if after a score like that, despite the fact that they actually chucked everything into it. So it's a catch-22 for me. Absolutely, we should be throwing everything into women's rugby and promoting it and supporting it and driving it. But we've got to be aware that Mount Tauranga are going to have really strong women's teams and it may be a little bit more difficult for other teams to field them as well. My 2 cents.
So currently the structure is there are 5 teams in the Premier Division, and then I think there's 6 teams in the Championship division. So that's 11 women's teams running around in our competition so far. I know from experience, having sat in the community chair, that it can be difficult for the teams to stay viable and alive for a season. I have seen numbers of players up and down through a season through numerous reasons, injuries, pregnancies. We've got a fair number of players right now in Chiefs Manawa. So the clubs are now devoid of that.
So would you potentially see a push for merging some of these teams?
I'm not sure if merging is the answer. I think
because there's a lot of mana in those teams. Like, I mean, you watch those Putapura ladies run out. The kit that they were wearing was beautiful, and I bet you that had a lot of comment. I bet you that had a lot of a story to it, a history of that, a whakapapa to that particular jersey. So to merge 2 teams, are you throwing away some of that? Are you trying to blend some of that shouldn't be blended? But I still
some of the clubs that there's a history that goes back 100 or so years. You know, there could be some disagreements over a certain piece of land or a certain person, and so I don't think merging's the answer. I've always struggled with the concept that a club can have an adult women's team and nothing underneath.
So no feeding teams, no colts, no 85s, no development.
No, and to me, it's always been a bit of a challenge. Is how do we create some feeder teams? My personal view is, could you imagine how good Baywide Premier Women's would be if there was an under-18s curtain raiser?
And encouraging those women through. I mean, you look at Kaiara Hipuku. She's only 17, 18 years old. She could be playing in that grade. Imagine her. She'd rip through everyone.
And you know, I know that in the secondary school space, there's some challenges with our high schools, our co-ed schools and our 2 girls schools of fielding a 15-a-side team. But what if we had 1 or 2 clubs fielding an 18s team on a Sunday? They don't, you know, that's one of the other challenges, because a lot of the girls at secondary school in that year 9, 10 space, they play junior rugby on a Monday because they're also playing netball on a Saturday and hockey on a Wednesday and kapahakas.
League as well tucked in there somewhere.
Leagues in there somewhere. And all of the codes want their piece of training flesh. So they're all wanting the girls to train twice a week for the sport, but they're playing 3 sports, so there's only 7 days in a week. So there's got to give.
Something that's it, and I think we just need to be finding more and encouraging more and more women to get into our sport and to give that sport a crack and grow and develop that so that we can have more competitive games, you know, and being able to field teams like the Nongataa team or the Mount Marlins team.
You know what's been an absolute lifesaver for women's rugby? When Kendra Reynolds introduced girls rugby into the Ty Mitchell tournament, and we, you know, it's 10-a-side Ty Mitchell rugby for girls, and we don't get those girls to go anywhere near a set of scales, so it's open weight. But ever since Ty Mitchell had a girls competition, that whole women's rugby layering has just started to layer in quite nicely. I still think there's a gap in that secondary school space.
What happens after they break out of that Ty Mitchell, which is intermediate level, year 7 and 8,
into junior rugby, which is year 9 and 10, junior girls. There's, in my mind, I'm thinking the senior girls space in secondary schools and the premier women's space, or the championship women's. There's that link, and I know that the data is saying that that's the area where they stop.
And you've also got to think,
where they stop.
Men and women take our game quite differently. You know, I was talking to Corey Sweeney about when he was looking after the Blackfern Sevens, and he was talking about how different it is before a game, whereas you'll see a whole pile of guys sitting in their sheds, heads down, their own headphones on, going through their prep, doing what they do, thinking about the game step by step by step. Whereas the women often are in there, music cranked right up prior to the game, everyone's gelling and coming together. So we've got to remember, we're not trying to force a round peg through a square hole sort of thing. We want to develop the women's game. We don't want to develop women into the men's game. We want to develop their game and support them in what's going to make that better for them.
Yeah, and I've witnessed that complete difference in behaviour when New Zealand Rugby hosts the Ignite Sevens at Blake Park.
Yes, yep.
And they have all the boys' tents and all the girls' tents. And all the boys' tents, it's all serious.
Yeah, they're all sitting there eating their bananas with their feet up. The girls having a party.
The music's cranked up really loud and there's dancing and it's one set from Venus, one set from Mars.
So look, I don't even know if we've answered that question to be honest, but we've talked a lot about it now.
I got one thing.
Go on then.
So I've joked about this a couple of times, so now I'm going to joke officially.
Yeah. You ready to cut this bit out, Alex?
We've got Opiki,
yes,
which is a professional competition, but it's about 6 or 8 weeks long.
Yeah.
Then there's the NRLW,
yes,
which is a fantastic professional competition. It's about 15, 16 weeks long.
Yep.
Now there's 52 weeks in a year, but there's no one sporting code or organisation that can contract an athlete, a female athlete, for an entire year, because we don't currently have a sport that's sustainable long enough to have them full-time training. Yeah. What if codes collaborated?
You mentioned something else about we were chatting the other day.
Codes collaborate.
Yeah.
We sign the athletes for 12 months or 2-3 years, and they play this code for 15 weeks. They play this code for 15 weeks. There's a 30-week season.
Yeah.
Then they've got pre-season and post-season. You create a rep window. I'm not a CEO, but there's some potential opportunity. It would take some really big collaboration shoes to come together to sign these athletes. The only organisation that can sign athletes for 12 months of the year is the Black Ferns Sevens and All Black Sevens. And the Black Ferns 15s have only just started doing it now.
All right.
But that's up here. What about the ladies coming through?
That's the thing, is we need to be supporting that in that gap really and getting them to carry on enjoying and loving our game.
There's so many of our stars at the moment had to choose between Opiki and NRLW. Yeah. Why are we competing?
So I see the Chiefs Manawa versus Matatu
this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah, and they're looking to fill that stadium because it's been sold out every time the Crusaders have played since it opened.
Yeah. Look, that's a very, very interesting question, and I'll probably think about that on the drive home tonight too, because there's a lot to unpack just in that one particular question. But look, let's just agree that whatever we need to do is we need to continue to promote that women's game because it's so special.
Absolutely. All right, next segment we're going to chat about. There's a fair bit of first 15 rugby, Super 8.
Well, this is the thing. We've got some really good. I saw a photo of Western Heights High School and Tauponui Atia College all together after their game a couple of weeks back, and I thought that was really, really cool to see as well. So yeah, we're going to talk about Super 8 footy, but really, really neat to see other footy happening within our bay as well at that high school level. That may not be Super 8.
We'll start bringing those those previews and reviews into our talk.
Dills Pedersen, message for you. Please send me through some stuff in regards to Western Heights High School and all the other sports coordinators, directors of sport around the bay. Flick us through all of the stuff in regards to your team. We'd love to highlight that stuff too, eh?
Yeah.
But yes, you mentioned Tauranga versus Rotorua boys. We talked about the score last week, but because of the length of our podcast, sort of got cut down a bit. Yeah. But what a game that was, and pretty average conditions, to be honest, with the rain coming down.
Yeah, 17-15, one kick.
Yeah, one kick.
Yeah.
And it was back and forth. So Rotorua boys scored some beauties early. It was amazing to watch the kickoff. Tauranga kicked it really high. Number 5 for Tauranga boys came flying through, plucked it out of the air, carried on and scored. I thought that was just next level elite. Yeah. He was sharp, big whoppers, some big boys flying around that pitch. So yeah, really, really impressed with both teams there, and to see Rokura coming away with the win was
who's
very
that boy that's really impressing me at the moment?
Tauwaru Waititi?
Yeah.
Tauwaru Waititi, if you want to watch some electric, he'll go New Zealand Sevens or something like that. He is elusive, quick, and he can make something out of nothing. So really, yeah, keep an eye on Tauwaru Waititi.
Waititi.
Yes.
Rawiri.
Correct.
Rawiri Waititi's boy.
That's his boy.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Kia
his
ora,
boy.
Rawiri.
Yeah, so, yeah, and obviously Rawiri jumped on that Japanese trip and shot over to Japan and watched them win the Standouts there.
Yep.
So really, really good too. But another player in that team, Lockie Chapman at 15, he's electric, you know. But they're all steered around by Te Rogers.
Yeah.
He is a leader. Like, those boys will go to war for him.
I met him last year when he was captaining Bay under-18s.
Yep.
And then he went off and captained the New Zealand Māori under-18. Yeah. And they had him tagged for bigger and brighter things this year.
But like the one of the probably the last thing we'll talk about this, but the spectacle of Super 8 footy is next level. Standing there to see every single student from Tauranga Boys College come out and surround the field. They had a brass band playing. For goodness sake, they had a brass band out there, just played for because they play 70-minute games. They played the whole game. It was just electric. All their kapahaka ropu came out. It was just a spectacle. Like if you're just testing the waters on footy, go and watch some Super 8 rugby, and you will not be disappointed. Yeah,
local Gecko TV do that on Whakaata Māori. So it's all live and exclusive there. And there's couple of games coming up this week.
Yeah, so Tauranga Boys have got New Plymouth, and that's at TBC.
Yep.
So get down there if you're in and around that area. There'll be a 12 o'clock kickoff there. And Rotorua Boys,
Gisborne.
Gizzy. They're playing Gisborne.
12 o'clock at 12 o'clock.
Yep.
So there's...
But both schools will have a whole lot of age grade stuff happening beforehand.
Yep.
I know my young fella's running out for the under 14 elites for Rotorua Boys. It's a 10 o'clock kickoff there for that one too.
Okay, that's Elite First 15 Rugby. We're going to push on now. Club Legend of the Week. And we really appreciate the feedback. We had some really good feedback coming over the weekend about Tammy Gardner. So congratulations last week, Tammy. Yeah, really, really nice just to be able to share some of the wonderful things that these people do in our clubs. And as we say every week, every single club has got these people. You listen to what we talk about and somebody will pop into mind. So if that somebody pops into mind, send it through and let us know. But this week we want to acknowledge somebody from the Waikato Rugby Club. So this week's rugby legend goes to a true Waikato Rugby Club stalwart, Auntie Karen McRae. Now every successful rugby club has people running around scoring tries, making tackles, grabbing the headlines, but behind every good club is someone doing all the jobs that no one sees. And for Waikato, that's Auntie Karen. So for the past few seasons, Karen has been the backbone of the club and a mother figure to so many of the lads. She's the one that's making sure everything happens behind the scenes so that games can run like clockwork. Whether it's organising the kai, keeping on top of the finances, making sure their admin is sorted, or simply being there to support the players when they need it most, Karen does it without any recognition or without looking for any recognition. She's the first to put her hand up, she's the last to leave, and somehow she manages to keep all the moving parts of a rugby club together. The players know it, the coaches know it, and the wider Waikato whānau know it too. People often talk about the importance of community and grassroots rugby, and Auntie Karen is the perfect example of what that looks like. Her dedication, generosity, and unwavering commitment have helped create an environment where players feel supported, both on and off the field. Quite simply, she's Waikato's very own superwoman and has been for the last few years. So this week, Bay Rugby Boil Up proudly tips the hat to Auntie Karen McRae. Thank you for everything that you do for Waikato Rugby Club, for your players, and for the game that we all love. You're an absolute legend, and this one is well deserved. And you say that surrounded by a whole pile of Millers, you're going to get a few Edors out there in the back seats there. So Karen, we appreciate everything you do. If you want to give Fletch Ngātai a clip around the ears, he's the one that dobbed you in. Appreciate that. Thanks, Fletch. Awesome stuff, Gargs. All right, don't forget if you've got anybody that you wish to nominate, and we do know that a couple of you have said that you are going to nominate, so we know who you are, and I might even know where two of you live. So please get those nominations in.
Well, believe it or not, Opotiki Sports shared that particular segment on their social media as well. So I know Opotiki, you would have tons and tons,
of
legends at your
there.
club. To keep the things ticking along there in the Eastern Bay and to get your boys up into that Premiership division. So, send those through. We'd love to talk about them.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into previewing what's coming up in 2 days' time.
So we've talked about the high school stuff, but before we talk about the men's Western Bay seniors, I want to mention the Kahukura Kumara. They're playing Tauranga Sports at Golden Oldies Footy, and we talked at the beginning of our podcast when it first started that we're going to cover all footy. And we don't want to forget the Golden Oldies stuff too.
I'm pretty sure the Potbellies have got a game on Friday
playing
night
as well?
Yeah, I got asked today if I wanted to don the boots.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Mrs. Ray catches me.
Well, just don't tell her. Sure. Hey, let's be honest, your wife's not watching the podcast.
She sneakily
like
does.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. So I'm not playing, darling. I'm not playing.
But if you wanted to, get down to the Tauranga grounds on Sunday afternoon for the Kumaras versus Tauranga.
Oh, okay. All right, let's preview what's coming up this Saturday. Eastern Bay, we've talked about this. Eastern Districts over Papamoa. I'm tipping Papamoa.
Do you want to have a bet on that one?
Oh no, I've got a game for the bet.
Oh.
We're just
Scared.
No, I've got a game.
All right. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, if you're going Papamoa, I'm going to back the Eastern Districts boys to go 2 from 2.
Ooh. Referee Philemoni Tangi. Philemoni's a good kati lad.
Oh, nice.
And he gets out and about. He tries his hardest. So good referee out there.
Awesome.
Arataki. Huria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be another good one, actually.
Yeah. Ben Rickard, 1 o'clock. And Rangataua, kati.
Top of the table clash, that one. Yeah. So that's the one to watch this week. If you can get in and around those games, any of them, go along and support the boys. They feel that getting in behind them.
Jaden Moore's got that game. Jaden was the one that had the good game in the development last week.
He's sharp, yeah. He's a good ref.
So good ref out there. 2:30 kickoff. Rotorua, Eastern Pirates are hosting Rotoiti. Max Rathen is popping over there. Maris St Michael's over Murupara with Phil Chandler. Kahukura is hosting Waikite, Mark Green. And Reparoa hosting Nongata with Anaru Maki in control.
Yeah, there's going to be some good ones there. If you this game for Marist and for Murupara is hugely important. If they can get up, if you look at the table, if whoever gets up on that particular game will actually roll into that third spot. So Marist needs this one to stay in third, or Murupara can actually sneak in and get that third spot. So one to watch there. I think to be honest, Rotoiti will be too strong, even travelling. They'll look to bounce back after a close one last week. Waikatea, I'm picking over Kahu, and that's purely because one, I'm surrounded by Millers, and two, they came off a huge win last week, so they're finding their feet, and they've got a point to prove, and they could also make that top 4 as well. So they're really, really pushing in that, and I think Nongata will just be too strong.
Eastern Bay Senior Reserves, Te Teko hosting Pāroa, Poroporo's hosting Edgecombe. Shanoa Nikora, her second Premier men's game, men's game.
Hang of a way to start. That will be huge.
She's
Texas versus the Wheke in Texas.
Yeah,
that's brother versus brother, cousin versus cousin, dad versus son. It will be a humdinger, that one.
And Finney Davis has got the Poroporo Edgecombe game. I'll talk about it after this. So that's pretty good games.
Are we having a bet on that top one?
No, the game that we'll have a bet on this.
That one there will be harder to pick than a broken nose. That will be down to the wire. That one. Yeah.
Premier Men, Ruatoki's hosting TVC. Jake Ryan's out there. Poroporo hosting Whakatane Marist, Josh Baker. That's the game we need to talk about. It's the Te Teko Pāro Premier Men's Elias Owen. Yeah,
that's anything like that. When the Texas boys and the Pāro boys go battle, we're in for an absolute belter.
So in the refereeing space, there's 70, 80 odd referees. There's 11 referee coaches hiding in the background. And they've been having development days. This will be their third one. The first one was here at Rotorua round 1.
Yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah.
And then we had another one in Tauranga in May. And this weekend, all of the referee coaches are catching up Sport Bay Plenty in Whakatane from 8:30 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're going to lock ourselves in a room and just go through some professional development stuff.
Awesome.
Then we're saturating Whakatane with referee coaches. So all of these guys who have been appointed,
Yeah, they'll have a coach.
there's 2 coaches going to watch them all.
Wow.
So Elias, Josh, and Jake.
Yep.
The heat is on.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have the eyes watching you.
Yeah, because these are our next cabs off the rank for Prem Rugby.
Yeah.
So if you want to crack Premier Rugby, you need to be able to control some tough footy.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I'm not picking on this particular team, but I know throughout the Bay, over the last week or potentially the last 2 weeks, we've had quite a lot of sideline behaviour towards referees, and it makes it a really, really tough job. And we talked last week about we want to promote refereeing. We want to bring these people through and encourage them to grab that whistle. And that sideline stuff doesn't help at all. I know Eastern Pirates put some things all over social.
I did see
that
that
one
post,
yeah. And I sort of wondered where that had come from, but I just think good on these Eastern Pirates to say, no, that doesn't happen in our club. We don't deal with that sort of nonsense. If you're interested in doing that stuff, beat it.
Yeah.
Which was good. But we have to remember that these refs are giving up their time.
Yeah.
And they want the best out of the game too.
Well, these 3 young lads, they're all aspiring. So there's Jake and Elias are from Tauranga. Josh is from Rotorua. These are our next cabs off the rank,
Awesome.
and they're rigorously competing amongst themselves for a Premier Men's game.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to Eastern Bay putting on a show so that these guys can really test their mettle.
Cool.
All right, moving on. We're heading to the Colts competition. Taupo's got Greerton, and the Marlins are hosting Te Phuket. Ryan Waite and the Taupo referees, King Country refs, are pointed down there.
Yeah, that top game there, the Taupo versus Greerton at Owen Delaney, that'll be a really good one. Taupo will be aiming to get a win out of that, and they'll be throwing everything at that particular game.
Baywide Championship Women. Te Puke is hosting Te Puna. Ben Rickard's doubling up there. Oportiki's hosting TVC. Dan Rolls is doubling up. And Arataki Greta Maris, Jada Moore doubling up.
Good on them.
Yeah, so there's a bit of footy in these young ones.
Top of the table clash, Oportiki versus TVC.
Yeah,
a lot of
and
them.
their neighbours.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not that travel anymore. It's normally if Oportiki's at home, it's the big travel from somewhere. But Oportiki versus TVC. Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Baywide Premier Women coming up. Rangataua and Poroporo. And Roy Rangi's in control of that game, and we're covering that. We or me?
We. I enjoyed it so much.
Oh, you're coming back?
Yeah, I'll come back on Sunday. Benny, just don't tell Mum. But I will come back on Sunday and help you call that one, because it was bloody good footy, man. So impressed with both teams. But watch this Rangataua versus Poroporo game. It will be physical.
Yes.
You saw the way that Poroporo played, direct. And inside the 22, they just go to work. And I can imagine Rangataua will be much the same. So, looking forward to that battle.
So that's the game. Its kickoff is 1 o'clock, Sunday the 14th of June, live and exclusive on local Gecko TV, thanks to DDL Goodrick. And the other game is Ruatoki versus Nongata.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Nongata, electric.
Yep.
Haven't played a lot of footy because of defaults, King's birthday, bye, all that sort of stuff. So they'll be travelling to Ruatoki, which is a bit of a hike.
Yeah, and that's a tough.
Yeah,
it's tough to go to Ruatoki
and
win.
It's a long day, and so Ruatoki will have everything on that particular day. But if Nongata can get their full squad and get over there, they'll be chomping at the bit to tack on those points and push Mount out of that top space by a points differential.
Yeah. Baywide Development Games, Tauranga Sports, Te Puke, Jamie Bell's got the development. Marlins versus Te Puna, Roy Rangi, there's his first game for the weekend. And then Oporiki Whakareoereoe, Dan Rolls has got that game out there.
So every single game in this comp is going to be really, really important. Oporiki versus Whakareoereoe, Oporiki at home.
Yep.
They will be pinning that right from the beginning of the season. They would have marked this game as a win. They're saying we're going to be at home. Whakareoereoe in a rebuilding year. this is a game that they're going to be targeting.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to go to a Portakey and win out there.
Oh yeah,
we've known, just need to ask Te Puna how tough it is.
Yep. When I was playing for the Red and Blacks, that was the highlight of my season. Going to a Portakey, or the rugby was the rugby. I don't probably one. I don't
remember the score,
but they look after. Man, the feeds at a Portakey are just bliss. And then when you get on the bus, well, we had buses that now they'll probably have vans, but we get on the bus and somebody from a Portakey would have chucked a whole pile of lemonades in there for us already, and we'd have a hang of a trip home.
Nice. And Baywide Premier Men, sports versus Te Puke, we're covering that. Sean Carra's the man in the middle. We watched him do the Portakey Te Puna game.
Yeah, he's good.
Marlins Te Puna, Matthew Astel's got the whistle for that.
He's good too, yeah.
And a Portakey Whakarewarewa, Peter Morgan's got that game.
Yeah. So we got the Tauranga versus Te Puke game. Look, a betting man would look at Tauranga's wins throughout the course of this season and say, yep, Tauranga should get up on this one. The boys will be talking to Matty and saying 250 games.
Yeah.
We are right in this behind you, mate. And I can imagine the Pirates will be...
They will be fizzing.
They will be fizzing and then some. That this guy has done that much for their club over the years, 250 games, coached.
Built club rooms, built changing rooms.
Built the sheds, as part of the pirate ship. He's built that, literally with hammer and nail. And they'll want to see their mate get over the line and celebrate that one. So, yeah, we will be watching that one with interest. But, of course, DDL Goodrick jumping on board and helping us out with that one with their sponsorship.
And also because Tauranga Sports were match round 1 winners. Mm-hmm. Tim will be on site on Saturday to present the round 1 cup.
Yeah, that'll be great. Sports. So Tauranga will get their tonga.
Yeah,
at Saturday evening. Yeah.
So that's 2:45, and of course that game is live and exclusive. And Gags and I will be bringing you all the action on Saturday afternoon. I know we're just about done. We got Spotlight, and as I told you at the beginning. Strap yourselves in because there's about 1 hour and 55 minutes of clips, or about 11 or 12 of them. So
awesome to see everyone just sending in their clips.
How good is it?
That's what we want to see.
Because we don't want to be talking about Nongataha under 8s.
Even though
mate.
Even though they're going really well.
So we were supposed to be showing these.
Yeah, we were,
and we weren't.
No.
So now we're just flying by the seat of our pants,
which was often what we do.
What have we got?
It looks like a Portakey.
What happened there?
Steam it. Highlights of the Portakey women's game. Gee, look at the wheels on her.
There we go.
That's sharp.
Great try.
That was from 50 or 60 metres out.
Yeah.
And some more highlights of a Portakey. Is that Rangatawa that they've got there?
Arataki. Oh, that was that. Yeah. There Beautiful. We go.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Look at the kicking style.
Getting nice and low. Get under there. Got some height on it too.
Yeah.
The old toe hack even.
Great kick. Oh, this is the footage that I've been seeing around.
So this is John Jobe.
Jobe.
Yeah. Inside ball. How about that? The old George Gregan. Yeah. The strength there. This is, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the blind side here scored 6 tries. It may be this game or the other game.
Last week's game.
No, in the same weekend, but they'll have the Prems in the reserve.
Intercept, knock on. There we go. These games would be a lot better if we dubbed some commentary over the top.
Yeah.
John Jobe, if you give us permission, we'll cut some commentary into it.
Yeah, mate.
You just have to send us some team lists.
That is a fantastic field to play at as well. They line up this bank along the This is when I come back from Australia. This is what I look forward to most. So this here is the Wheke, the Pāroa boys, their haka, and that's the Paniwana trophy right in the front there that they played for.
So you don't get this in every rugby competition around the country?
No, not at all. And this is what I love about the Bay, is the passion that these boys and women have for their clubs.
Yeah. We have comments from visiting referees when they come here. They don't get this where they come from.
Yeah, neat, all right. Oh, now we're going to shut up and you're going to have a listen to this commentary. It's us commentating.
No, it was a trick throw.
It was. It's that same trick throw. Didn't quite work in the early on in this half.
A little bit of parental introductions going on in the sideline.
If you missed it,
Pat right here.
Oh, what the hell?
hello.
Get rid of that. Cut that out. Get rid of that.
Oh, look at that.
Go back to what we were talking about.
Oh goodness, that's your personal training days.
That's a look.
Look at the shoulders on him.
That's only last week.
Now, if you missed what they said in that last clip, that we were calling that particular game.
Get rid of that.
And somebody from the sidelines spotted a bit of ruckus going on the field, and he let the guy know about his weight and told him off about it too. So, F off, fatty.
Yeah.
Difficult to keep a straight face when you're calling a game and you hear that.
It was. It's not the sort of language that we encourage in a family-friendly show, but we had some laughs.
It's exactly right. It's part of grassroots footy.
Yeah, and the TikTok reel has gone ballistic.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So that's Spotlight for another week.
Thanks for sending in all your clips, team. They're good fun. Yeah, and keep sharing them. We'd love to see them.
And send that one in. So, well, that's pretty much us come to the end of the show. Gugs, I might just get you to thank DDL contracting.
Yeah, we couldn't do it with the team at DDL Goodrick Contracting. I saw some of their trucks coming back from the Chiefs game on Saturday night actually, and gave them the big thumbs up. Thanks, boys. They had no idea who I was, but the team at DDL Goodrick Contracting, they are proud to support the Bay Rugby Boil Up, local Gecko Productions, and the communities that make Bay Rugby really special. Based here in Rotorua, they combine more than 35 years of industry experience. They got a really skilled team of over 50 local staff to deliver complex infrastructure projects with certainty, quality, guarantees, just good buggers.
Awesome. Thanks very much for doing that. Look, that brings us to the end of another show. We have enjoyed having the Ty Mitchell Shield here, but Matata, we'd love to have Tim back for next week.
Please.
Yeah. So, Gugs, we will see you again in a couple of days.
Yep, we'll see you on Saturday.
For our two games, and then again on Sunday.
Sounds good.
That's the show for another week. Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to catching up with you again same time next week. Until then, kia tau, kia tātou katoa, te atu whai o tō tātou ariki, ihu karaiti, me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhinga tahitanga, ki te wairoa tapu, ake, amene.
Amene.
No hora mai, people. See you all again next week.
No. There's a couple of mics in there. There's one there from 1941.
1941. My father wasn't even alive.